Hey class, so today we're going to be discussing how to graph linear equations. So as we recall from our previous lesson, we know that linear equations are written in the form of y equal mx plus b, where m is our slope and b is our y-intercept. So based on m being our slope, m being our slope, b being our y-intercept, we need to recall that our slope is going to be our rise over our run. So this means that we're going to go up vertically, whatever our top number is, and we're going to run horizontally, whatever our bottom number is. So if we look at y equal 2x plus 3, we can identify that our slope for this line is m equal 2, and our y-intercept is b equal 3. When first graphing our linear equation, we want to look at our y-intercept first. So let's look at y equal 2x plus 3. Our y-intercept is b equal 3. We want to begin at y equal 3. So this is where it crosses our y-axis. So we're going to go up 1, 2, 3 on our y-axis, and then we need to make a point on our y-axis. And then we want to look at our slope from here. So our m is equal to 2, or our slope is equal to 2. And any number that doesn't have a denominator is going to be implied to be over 1. So our slope here is 2 over 1. So I'm going to go up 2 and over 1. And I'm kind of running out of space. So up 1, 2, over 1 more. Kind of like in the corner there. And I can also go down 2 and back 1. And then I connect these points. And theoretically it should be a straight line, but that's going to be the graph of this line, y equal 2x plus 3. Alright, let's look at another line. Let's say we've got y equal 1/2 x minus 1. So in this case, our m is equal to 1/2. So that means that our rise is 1, our run is 2. And our b is equal to a negative 1. Pay attention to the fact that there is a negative in front of that number. So we're going to start down here at negative 1. And then we're going to, our slope is 1/2, so we're going to rise 1 and run 2. So we're going to go up 1 horizontally onto our x-axis, and then we're going to run 2 spaces to the right. So we rise 1, run 2. We can also go backward. And we connect our points. Again, ideally whenever you make these, you'll be able to make straighter lines. Apologies for that. All right, so let's look at y equal negative 1/4 x plus 2. So for y equal negative 1/4 x plus 2, our m is going to be negative 1 over 4, and our b is going to be 2. So we want to start or begin at our b is equal to 2. So we're going to go up to 2. And then our slope is a negative 1/4. So it means that we're going to rise a negative 1 or go down 1 and run 4. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. So our line here is going to look like that. Let's do one where you guys try an example. So we're going to have y equal 2x plus 1. So go ahead, pause the video if you need to. Go ahead and graph y equal 2x plus 1 on your own. I'll give you about 20 seconds. If you need more time, feel free to pause the video. Alright, so we need to identify our slope. So our slope is m equal 2. So it means that we are rising 2 and running 1. And our b, where we begin, our y-intercept is going to be 1. So we're going to start at 1. We're going to rise 2, run 1, rise 2, run 1. We can also fall 2 and go back 1. We connect our points, and that's going to be what our line looks like. Alright, let's look at the difference between y equal 1/2 x plus 1, and y equal negative 1/2 x plus 1. So for our first one, for both of these, our b is equal to 1, and for our first one, our m is equal to positive 1/2. For our second one, our m is equal to negative 1/2, and our b is still 1. So let's look at the difference between the graphs. So in our first one, we start at 1, then we rise 1 and run 2. We can also go down 1 and over 2. Connect our points, and our graph looks something like that. For our second equation, we still start at b equal 1, and this time we're going to fall 1 and run 2. So fall 1, run 2. And we can also go backwards, rising 1 and going backwards 2. We connect our points, and our graph should resemble that. So notice that the line that has the positive slope is going up from left to right, and the one that has the negative slope is going down from left to right. Now we're going to talk about graphing vertical and horizontal lines. So vertical lines are lines written in the form of x equal, and then a number. We'll say x equal 1. So for these lines, vertical lines go straight up and down. Remember, you jump vertically if you jump straight up and down. So we're going to go to 1 on our x-axis, and we're just going to go straight up and down there. Horizontal lines are lines that have a slope of 0. Let's recall that vertical lines have a slope that's undefined. So horizontal lines, we'll say y equal 1. They have a slope of 0. So let's go, and we'll go up 1 here. And horizontal means that we go all the way across. So it's going to be a horizontal line. If you want to graph these on your calculator, in the top left corner, there's the y equals button. And then once you're in your y equals, you want to clear out everything that's there, and you want to type in your equation. So you don't want to type in your y, but let's say you've got y equal 2x minus 3. You'll type in 2x. X is it's beside the green alpha button to the right. That's a weird R, right, of alpha. And then you just type in the rest of your equation, so 2x minus 3. Do remember that in the event you have something like y equal 1/2 x minus 1, you need to hit your y equal, and then in parentheses put 1 divided by 2 times x minus 1. Otherwise, it's going to think that your x is in the denominator, which you do not want to happen, because that's a very different equation. All right, let's look at 1 or 2 more examples. So I'm just going to go ahead and put these up here, and you guys can try them. So let's say y equal negative 1/3 x plus 3, and y equal 2x plus 2. Go ahead, take a few seconds, pause the video if you need to. So for our first one, we should have m equal negative 1/3 and b equal 3. Note that the slope here is negative, so that means that we should be going downward from left to right. We're going to go up to 3, then we're going to fall 1 and run 1, 2, 3. So it's going to be the equation there. For our second line, y equal 2x plus 2, we should have an m equal 2 and a b equal 2. When we graph that, we start at 1, 2. Then we're going to rise 2 and run 1, rise 2, run 1, and connect our lines. So that's going to do it tonight for graphing linear equations. Hopefully that this was informative. If you have any questions, feel free to email me or ask me in class when we next meet. Have a good night, guys.